Second ever running at the Chicago Street Course. Here's your starting lineup. A.J. Allmendinger on pole with Justin Haley second. The Chevys came out to play today. They locked out the top five. Elio Castroneves in third. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in fourth. What a qualifying effort for Castroneves in his second ever race. Austin Dillon fifth. Jimmy Johnson sixth. Shane Van Gisbergen seventh. Points leader Noah Gragson eighth. Alex Bowen ninth and Austin Cindric round out your top 10. Here's where the rest of the field will start. 30 laps today here at Chicago. Stages end at lap 10, 20, and obviously 30. Now let's get the other channel's video started. Second ever Chicago Street Course race. Chevrolet locked out the top five. A.J. Allmendinger on pole with Justin Haley. Last week's runner-up in second. Elio Castroneves in his second ever start is third. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. fourth. Austin Dillon fifth. Jimmy Johnson sixth. Shane Van Gisbergen seventh. Points leader Noah Gragson in eighth. Alex Bowman ninth and Austin Cindric round out your top 10. Here's where the rest of the field will start for this 30-lap spectacle at the Chicago Street Course. Stage 1 ends at lap 10. Stage 2 ends at lap 20. And Stage 3, obviously, ends at lap 30. Second road course in a row. This time it's a street course. Here we go. Green flag. We're racing in downtown Chicago. A.J. Allmendinger leads lap number 1. But already looking for the lead is Elio Castroneves and Justin Haley. Haley, though, gets shuffled out. And Allmendinger stays in front, at least for now. And now he gets shuffled. There he goes. Allmendinger shuffled. Castroneves and Stenhouse side by side for the lead. Johnson's there as well as Van Gisbergen. They are 3 wide for 7th. Double file between the top 6. Move Castroneves into the lead spot. Castroneves and then Van Gisbergen. Gibbs clears to 3rd. Now Jones. Smith clears into the top 5. Trackhouse 1-2 as we begin lap 3 here at Chicago. Van Gisbergen looks to the outside of Castroneves for the lead. The 2 foreign road course drivers battling out in the front here. Van Gisbergen for the lead. As everyone's looking to make a big play behind them, Elio Castroneves takes the lead back. But they get shuffled, and now Ricky Stenhouse drives to the front. Stenhouse to the lead. Johnson and Larson battle for second. That's 3 wide for fourth. Here comes the 6 of Keselowski. He wants the lead. Here he is. Keselowski with help from Gregson. They fight for the lead. Keselowski has it for a second. Stenhouse with a push. Here's Gregson up the middle. Gregson trying to go through the middle to help out. His chances of getting the lead, but instead he's going to put Stenhouse in the wall, and he's going to go around. There goes Gregson. Noah's around, and he takes out Ricky. Caution's out. This is going to be a big crash. Caution's out after a crash taking out a bunch of cars early on here in Chicago. Noah into the wall, followed by Ricky. The 84, Jimmy Johnson's in there. Justin Haley, they plow in. Looks like Alex Bowman's in the wreck, as well as Daniel Suarez and Tyler Reddick. Another big crash for him in his championship charge. So the two cars who start on the last row of the grid are going to end up finishing pretty far back in the field. Looks like Reddick will be dead last after starting dead last. And then Bowman, 33rd, Stenhouse, 32nd. Then Bell. Suarez. Gregson, back-to-back weeks with a DNF for Noah Gregson. Not what he needs. Justin Haley almost won last week. Doesn't even make it to lap 5 this week, and Jimmy Johnson gets taken out. So let's get the finishing results set up after the lap 4 accident. Tyler Reddick dead last. Back-to-back weeks with a finish outside the top 30. Alex Bowman, 33rd. And an up-and-down year for him. Been on the down trade ever since he got back-to-back top 10s at Charlotte and Darlington. Ricky Stenhouse gets 32nd. Had a hot stretch a few weeks ago, but then back-to-back finishes outside the top 20 on this road course stretch do not help his cause here. 31st for Christopher Bell. Just has not been the same since his great season last year. And then Daniel Suarez had that great start to the year, 3 straight top 10s. Just hasn't been the same since. 30th for Suarez. Noah Gregson, who was the points leader entering this race, definitely won't be after this one. He finishes 29th. 3 straight rough finishes for this 4 team. And then Justin Haley, after nearly winning last week, just barely losing to Kyle Busch, gets wrecked. He'll be 28th. And Jimmy Johnson will finish in 27th. His win at Michigan was really great. He's had a really hot stretch with a few bumps in the road. This is the second bump in the road for him. Both were 27th place finishes, but besides 2 27th place finishes here today at Chicago and then at Darlington, he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 top 10s, 2 top 5s, one of them being a win, and a runner-up finish at Nashville. So he nearly won back-to-back weeks. Well, let's take a look at something else here. Let's take a look at through this year. Gillen won the 500. Blaney won Atlanta. Van Gisbergen won at Coda. Gibbs won Phoenix. Bowman won Vegas. Chastain won Homestead. Hamlin won Martinsville. Gibbs won again at Kansas. Nemechek won Bristol. Larson won Talladega. Gregson won the Coke 600. Blaney won again at Darlington. Jones won at Nashville. Johnson won at Michigan. Busch won last week at Mexico. We've had 13 different winners through 15 races. That is absurd. What a start to the year we have had this season. This has been one of the most competitive seasons, probably the most competitive seasons we've had in Diecast Racing Cup Series history. So you're watching history, folks. Enjoy the history. We'll go back read on lap number 7 with Brad Keselowski and not Ryan Preece, Cole Custer leading the way. Then Todd Gilliland and Kyle Larson. Then AJ Allmendinger, Ross Chastain. Ryan Blaney and Ty Dillon. William Byron and Zane Smith round out the top 10. Here we go. We're heading to the restart zone here at Chicago. Lap 7 of 30 after the first big accident of the race. We're back underway. Chastain immediately pulls out 3 wide. Joining in is Bubba and Hamlin going up. So is Nemechek back there. Ryan Blaney's trying to make it 3 wide toward the front, but it's Keselowski in the lead. They're going to be on the high side as he nearly got turned off the nose of Custer. And Gilliland's going to take the lead. Gilliland all clear into the lead of the race. The Daytona 500 winner trying to add another crown jewel race to his marking. Gilliland in front, then Allmendinger, Blaney, and Keselowski fighting for second spot. Chastain moves high. Allmendinger moves Blaney out of line. Lap 8. Keselowski in the lead. Ty Dillon going for second spot. He battles the 41 of Cole Custer, and AJ Allmendinger goes around. That's going to bring out a caution. Ryan Blaney is clipped. Eric Jones, Zane Smith, Kyle Busch, Connor Zilic, Bubba Wallace with nowhere to go. Caution's out. Big wreck on the front stretch. Brad Keselowski will win the stage, then Cole Custer, then Ty Dillon. Kyle Larson, Todd Gilliland. Elio Castroneves playing a factor again. William Byron. And not sure who else will be making it through. Not sure who else will be making it through this accident. Kyle Busch is in it. Zane Smith. Eric Jones destroyed. Joey Logano destroyed. Connor Zilic, Bubba Wallace. They're both involved. And honestly, to me, AJ Allmendinger and Ryan Blaney, who also got a piece of this, he ran into the 16. And Van Gisbergen spun in avoidance, as well as Ty Gibbs. It looks like they're all going to be okay. At least those 4. The other 6, they're out. They're definitely out. And a rough start to the Cup career for Connor Zilic. Back-to-back DNFs on his best track type. He could go down as one of the best road course racers to ever do it. And the start of his Diecast Racing Cup Series career has been abysmal, and it's been at road courses. So the final 3 of the top 10 is Chase Elliott, Josh Berry, and Chase Briscoe. Ty Gibbs, Shane Van Gisbergen will be fine. Ryan Blaney and AJ Allmendinger do have damage. So they're going to be towards the back, or they're going to be in the back, but it's not big-time damage. They'll be able to continue on the lead lap. So we will go back green on lap 11 once we get everything settled here. Once we get the results of the drivers who are no longer in the race, and then the stage 1 results, and yeah, all that. So hang tight, but we'll be back racing here soon. Hopefully we can get a long green flag run. We've had a chaotic start to this Chicago street course race. 2 quick crashes take out a bunch of the field, just like Mexico was. Yeah, honestly it was kind of just like Mexico. So 6, 41, 10, 5, 34, 91, 24, 9, 21, and 19. A lot of drivers haven't won this year up in the front. So now we'll take care of the drivers who did not, who just got caught up in that accident. Bubba Wallace nearly won last week. He won't have a shot at winning this week. He'll finish 26th. His first finish outside the top 20 since Bristol. A lot of top 15s, and then 1 top 5 at Nashville. It's a good stretch for Bubba until that. Connor Zilic gets 25th. Not a good way to start his career off at all. 24th for Zane Smith. And then Kyle Busch, last week's winner, he'll finish 23rd. And then Joey Logano will be 22nd. And Eric Jones, 21st. So already down to 20 cars after stage 1. If I'm not mistaken, this is just like last week. Like to a T. So, here we go. Stage 2 at Kansas. Stage 2 at Chicago. We're back underway. William Byron sends it up the middle. 3 wide for the lead already. Dylan Keselowski, Custer. And it's going to be Cole Custer who has the lead. Custer in the lead, followed by Larson, then Castro Neves. And Keselowski fight for third. Gibbs gets shuffled. Oh! Elio goes around. Caution's out. Castro Neves at the wall along with the Hendrick boys. Byron and Elliott take it out. Kyle Larson's the only Hendrick car left, folks. If you're a Larson fan, it's not looking good for your driver right now. Castro Neves take it out. William Byron and Chase Elliott. Caution out on lap 11. Back-to-back weeks, or it looks like Chase Elliott's got a good card. He gets taken out. Byron seemed like his car was coming on strong. Elio had a great car. Nothing to show for it now. We're not even halfway, and half the field is wrecked. That is a very unreal stat. Half the field is junk, and it's not even halfway. We might not finish tonight with a car intact. So let's get the finishing results. The Hendrick boys and Elio Castroneves crash. Chase Elliott will finish 20th. He's had a rough go of it the past 4 races. Finishes of 30th, 28th, 29th, and 20th. 490. William Byron gets 19th. Been up and down year, and for him right now it's been pretty down as of late. Hasn't had a top 10 since a 4th place finish at Darlington. That was 4 races ago. 5 races ago, actually. And then Elio Castroneves nearly won on debut last week. This week looked good again on a road course, but he got taken out. He'll be 18th. So no top 10s yet in the new Trackhouse boys' career. But for Trackhouse, they still have Chastain and Van Gisbergen left. We'll see what they can do. We're going to go with green on lap 14 of 30. Custer and Larson lead the field back to green at Chicago. Gibbs already goes to the inside, so does Berry. Cedric up high. Custer to the lead. Here comes a shove from the 6 and the 5. Brad out in front. Brad took the lead. 3 wide for second. Scratch that. 3 wide for the lead. The top 12, all in 4 rows of 3 as we get to the halfway point, hopefully without an accident. Keselowski up high, Chastain in the middle, Custer on the inside. They're all moving up. Keselowski and Larson in the wall. Lap 16. Lap 15. We're finally halfway. Briscoe in the lead. Here's Todd and Shane battling. Shane to the lead. Followed by Berry. 3 wide for third. Berry looks to the inside of Van Gisbergen. Nowhere to go. 3 wide for third behind the 88 and the 21. That's Dillon, Todd, and Briscoe. Shane in the lead, then Berry. Ty Dillon gets shuffled. Lap 16. Berry goes to the inside of Van Gisbergen. Not going to work. Now Shane and Todd are side by side. With help from the 41 of Custer and the 17 of Chris Buescher. We haven't said much about him this year, and here he is up in the front. A lot of Fords up here. They're going to help their Ford mate, aren't they? Yeah, they're not going to help Van Gisbergen. Shane's going to be shuffled. Todd's going to go with the lead. Who do the Toyotas help? They're also going to help Todd. They know Shane's a really great road course racer. They do not want to work with him. They want to beat him. Lap 17. And the 10 and the 88 make contact. Shane gets shuffled. Shane's the only Chevy up in the front. It's just a bunch of Fords, 2 Toyotas, and 1 Chevy and Shane. Todd leads. Here's Chris. Chris looking for it. Now they're 3 wide. Barry takes the lead. Barry drops it down in front of Chris. 3 wide out in front. 3 wide out back of the 21. Barry in the lead. Here's Chris to help. They're clear of the 3 wide mess behind them. Lap 19. Or lap 18, I don't know. Hang on. I think it's lap 18, actually. Lap 18. Barry and Chris get shuffled, and Custer and Dylan go side by side for the lead. Now Briscoe! There goes Ty Dillon. Around into the wall hard. Custer's involved, as well as John Hunter Nemechek. John Hunter with nowhere to go. Massive hit for Ty Dillon. Custer around as well as Nemechek. Caution comes out. That'll end the stage with Todd getting the stage win, then Briscoe, then Barry, then Shane, and then Chris. Big crash for Ty Dillon. Custer gets punted as well. John Hunter with nowhere to go. Big crash for all 3 of them. Man, oh man. That was a massive accident. Ty got turned, and he hit the wall hard. He hit it a ton. That was huge for Ty. I hope he's okay. That was big. Ross will get into 6th. Blaney gets 7th. 8th is Brad. Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin finish with the final stage points. And those are big points. Every point matters in this sport. 14 cars are left going into stage 3. 14. My, oh my. That's not that many. And everyone who finishes this race is going to gain a lot of points on the points leader, because Noah Gregson currently is not in the race. But I believe the points lead will go to Austin Cindric if he finishes this race. I believe he's a few points out on Noah. So if he finishes the race, he'll be the points leader. So good for Cindric, man. He's never won a Diecast Racing Cup Series race, but he has a chance at winning a championship before he even wins a race, which is pretty funny at this point. So, John Nemechek, he finishes 17th. It's been a rough go of it ever since his win at Bristol. 16th for Cole Custer. Another top 20 for him, but it's a DNF. He's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 top 20s in a row. Only one of them was a top 10. That was a 6th at Talladega. A really good year for Cole Custer. And then 15th for Ty Dillon, who's had a really awful season. Last week it was his first top 5 at Mexico. It was a 4th. Only his 2nd top 10 of the season. And this week he takes a massive shot to the outside wall. He'll finish in 15th. So, we'll go green on lap 21 of 30 with Todd and Briscoe leading the way. Here we go, stage 3 at Chicago. We're green. Dead even restart for Todd and Briscoe, but Barry sneaks up the inside. Briscoe to the lead. Briscoe out in front. Now Barry pulls back. Barry to the lead. Only 10 cars in the fight at the moment. Only a couple of them have won this year. Actually, no, a lot of them have. Larson, Gibbs twice, Blaney twice, Gilliland, Van Gisbergen. Yeah, they've won races this year. There's a couple of them. Barry leads the way, but he gets shuffled. So does Van Gisbergen. Lap 22. Briscoe takes the lead. Allmendinger gets shuffled as well as Buescher. Briscoe in the lead. Here's Todd. Here's Blaney. Larson to the lead. Then Todd. Just absolute chaos right now. The 5. Larson and Todd side by side for the lead. Help from Chris and Gibbs. Todd breaks the tie. He'll take the lead. Now Larson ties it back up, and Larson goes to the front. Blaney dives to the inside. There goes Gibbs. Todd and Larson again side by side. Give it to Todd. Lap 23. Blaney's right there. Briscoe's trying to help. Here's Chris going to go into the middle, and he's going to be shuffled. Allmendinger goes with his Chevy teammate Larson, and Blaney sticks Todd wide. Wow. Todd gets put wide by his Ford teammate Ryan Blaney. What an interesting strategy. Blaney out for himself. And Penske and front row are aligned teammates. That's the even funnier thing. Todd goes to the outside. Chris goes to the inside. Blaney's got the lead at the moment. Here's Briscoe. Briscoe up the middle. 3 by 3. Blaney gets shuffled. Blaney shuffled. Ty Gibbs to the lead on lap 24. Gibbs has already won 2 times this season, looking to get number 3 right here, and he's got a JGR teammate right behind him and Chase Briscoe. What a couple of weeks it's been for the 19 team. We're coming to lap 24. Gibbs in the lead. Briscoe, Buescher, Larson surround him. Gibbs wants to go to the inside, and he gets turned. There goes Ty Gibbs. Around goes Ty Gibbs, and the caution will come out. Wow, I can't believe everyone missed him without getting too much damage. That is very interesting. I am shocked by what I just saw. The only person destroyed is Ty Gibbs. Yep, Gibbs gets spun around. He backs into the wall. Day done for the 54. Very unfortunate for Ty Gibbs. We're going to go back green with about 4 laps of racing to go. It's going to be a really entertaining finish. Only got 13 cars. Still a lot of time for things to go wrong, too. Chris has not won a race in a long time. It's been since the Coke 600 last year. That was his first win. He's looking for win number 2. 14th place finish for Ty Gibbs. That'll hurt in the standings. Here we go. 4-lap shootout. It's been a while since Chris went to victory lane. Kyle Larson broke his long winless streak at Talladega. Can he get another one? It's been a while for Briscoe and Allmendinger. Can they break their long winless streaks? Blaney and Todd have won this year. Can they win again? Can Barry break his long winless streak? Austin Dillon trying to win for the first time since last year. Shane and Ross trying to win again this year. Brad trying to win for the first time since the Southern 500 last year. And Denny trying to get back to victory lane this year. And Austin Cindric trying to get his first ever win. Here we go. 4 to go. We're green. Ross immediately to the outside. Even restart. Never mind. Larson didn't get going. His line didn't get going. Chris to the lead. And here's Blaney with them. Ross gets shuffled. 3 by 3 behind the top 3. They're all Fords. Chris with Blaney and Barry right behind him. Blaney and Barry are aligned teammates. Chris doesn't have his teammate. Brad got wrecked earlier on. Or no, I take that back. Brad's in the pack. What am I saying? but Brad's not with Chris right now. Hey. If you're a Ford, you have a good shot winning this race. Allmendinger goes high. Larson shuffled. Van Gisbergen shuffled. Here's Barry and Briscoe. 3 wide for the lead. 3 laps to go at Chicago. Chris, Barry, Briscoe. What happens here? 9 cars under a blanket. For the race win. Oh, Brad goes high. That'll shuffle out Blaney. And oh, Chris gets shuffled. Chris gets shuffled along with Cindric. 2 to go in the 21. Josh Berry takes the lead. Berry in front. Austin Dillon's the only Chevy up here, and he's in second. Cindric to the high side. Nowhere to go. Todd gets shuffled. Berry with the Bass Pro Boys behind him, and Berry gets shuffled. Berry gets shuffled. Here's Austin Dillon versus Chase Briscoe for the lead. 6 cars under a blanket. RFK boys pushing the Bass Pro Boys. Give the lead to Dillon. Austin Dillon into the lead with a bunch of hungry Fords right behind him. First one to make his move is Cindric. And he's going to get shuffled. Cindric out of line. Here's help for Briscoe. Todd comes to push him. Austin's getting breathed down his neck. We're going to the white flag at Chicago. Oh, Chris. Chris gets sideways. He gets knocked out of the way by Blaney. That opens the door for Briscoe. Hey. Briscoe, big move, side by side with Austin Dillon. The former champion. The rookie champion. It's been a long time since he went to Victory Lane. He's changed teams before the last time he went to Victory Lane. It's been over 2 years for Chase Briscoe. But can it end tonight? He's got the lead. Chase Briscoe to the lead. Cindric shuffled. Austin Dillon's out of line. Austin Dillon shuffled. Chase Briscoe's all alone. Can he hang on? Here's Todd. Here's Blaney. Down the final corner. Front stretch to the stripe. It's going to be close. It's going to be Briscoe. Hey. Briscoe did it. He finally wins again. Todd came so close to career win number 2. He'll get second. Brad third. Barry in fourth. Blaney gets a top 5. That's big for him. Hamlin gets 6th. Chris Buescher 7th. That's huge for RFK. Huge momentum boost for them. Austin Dillon in 8th place. 9th for Cindric. Shane gets a 10th place finish, so at least he got a top 10. Larson 11th. Allmendinger 12th. Chastain rounds out the field, who finished in 13th. What a win for Chase Briscoe. Had a really good car the past 2 weeks, and today he gets rewarded for it. He'll get to burn it down here at Chicago. What a win for Chase Briscoe. He finally gets it done. His first win as a Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota driver. His first win in 2 years. It comes at Chicago. The former champion finally wins again. Thank you all for watching. See y'all later. RBL. Peace.